I've been in business for 40 years. Your prize is working with me. You're fired. You're fired. You haven't got a bloody clue. You're fired.
Welcome to the Apprentice, You're Fired, where the freshly dismissed candidate is forced to face up to his failure all over again. With the help of our panel and some unseen footage, we'll be looking at how Kevin tried to save the world, but ended up failing to save himself. And brace yourself, ladies, we'll be seeing more of Alex than we ever have before.
Oh, that's better!
I'm just farting. Oh, I always do that when I fart.
Oh. Oh. On our panel, we have someone who runs a successful greetings card business, Jessica Huey. We have Sir Alan's right-hand man, Nick Hewer, and a much-loved broadcaster, Lorraine Kelly. Welcome to you all. Tonight's task of creating a greeting card for a new occasion must have had Kevin looking for a commiseration card to send to himself.
Kevin, this whole task turned out a fiasco, and as team leader, I hold you totally responsible. Kevin, you're fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kevin Shaw. You were terribly confident going into the boardroom. I thought you were going to get fired after the cooking task, but you were confident then. I thought you'd save yourself again. Why not this time?
I think as project manager, you have to take responsibility. And I think, you know, I decided to go ahead with being the pitcher for the task. I did a bad job. I needed to go, and you know, I hold my hands up to that. I take responsibility, and I think, you know, Sir Alan made the right choice based on that task.
But you're such confidence, though. You're not just very confident, or even 100% confident, or even 110% confident. This is how confident you were, Kevin.
I'm totally 150% confident that I can go in there and nail a pitch.
150% confident now.
Not 110.
That is confident. Well, let's see where it all went wrong.
With regards to the pitch, do you feel that you are the person that they'd want to buy from?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what she does for a living? She is a retail buyer.
The concept's so strong, I'd really need to balls it up big time for it not to sell itself.
Yeah. 2% of the world's water actually comes from sort of...
I think I'm missing the point.
Kevin's pitching was absolutely diabolical.
I really don't see Sir Alan hating the idea.
Well, the last thing I'm going to do is buy a card that has the sole purpose of lecturing me about green.
I disagree with that, Sir Alan.
If you're eco-friendly, wouldn't you save the paper?
The whole point of this card is we're trying to educate people.
It's beyond my comprehension, this. Kevin, you're sinking in my eyes, young man.
What is that sinking feeling like in the boardroom when he's looking at your products? This is absolute rubbish.
I think it's very hard when you actually, you know, the penny drops and you realise it's rubbish as well, so... I think I was sinking before even he mentioned it.
That's very good. Jessica, you're in the card business. How did you feel watching this? Could you see they were making a mistake from an early stage?
Well, yeah. I mean, aside from anything else, it was a contradiction in terms, because obviously if you're looking at an environmentally friendly card, then you need to do an e-card. You know, you can't send a paper card. And I mean, it just wasn't researched, it wasn't well thought out, and I mean, it just... Yeah, not commercially viable.
let's have a look at your cards. Talk us through your idea.
I basically fell upon a gap in the market for multicultural cards featuring people of different ethnicities.
You're right, actually, because only white people ever feature on cards, don't they?
That's right. And so I thought, well, if I can come up with something which has a mass appeal and not narrow, you know, not marginalise my market, then we're onto a winner. And we started off with the independent stores and checked that there was a big enough market to make this viable, and they did very, very well, and we're now in 100 branches of Clinton Cards and launching the States next month.
So you've been through that pitching process
have
with Clinton's
indeed,
cards. We'll go through the pain of that pitching process again, actually, Kevin, shortly. Lorraine, what did you make of their idea?
You are an idiot. That was the worst idea. It was so awful. As you said, it's so not sound environmentally anyway. Also, though, there was no humour. I just thought the idea was really bad, and the pitching, I was cringing for you. I really, really was. You did try to offload it, but it's too late. It was too late then.
Cringing's a big part of the Apprentice viewer experience, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of hiding behind the sofa.
The cushion in front of your face, absolutely.
Yeah. Nick, what would you say on the idea?
When do you send it? What prompts you to send it? When you start up your 4x4, you think, God, I must send an environment card today. I mean, not only have you got to cut down the tree to make the card, and another one for the envelope, a third one for the stamp, and then you've got to drive it halfway across the country in a diesel truck. I mean, it's a horrible concept.
Here we go. I mean, they're not... They're quite well made, aren't they? They're designed rather well.
The new black's actually really clever. It's just a shame that inside it's really preachy and nobody's going to buy it. I'm amazed you got any orders at all. I was actually sitting there thinking they won't get any. But I think, was it Tesco's took some pity on you and gave you some?
They did, yeah, I think so.
Let's see what a real environmental expert, the boss of Greenpeace, let's see what he made of the whole business.
Well, I think it's absolutely brilliant that people are thinking of innovative and creative ways to get the message across about the environment. I don't think there are many more important issues than how can we save planet Earth. But whether you can do that on a card outside of a special occasion like a birthday, Christmas or an anniversary, somehow I doubt it.
Basically, the 10 commandments are, first and foremost, you have to insulate your home. 30% of home...
If it's very preachy, which a lot of these cards here are, and particularly the messages in them, they're a bit heavy. They're not put across in a very kind of fun and exciting way. And I think that's a problem, because I don't think that will be very attractive to people.
So would you go along with that then as a card manufacturer?
Absolutely. And I mean, what really struck me was the pitch. You certainly can't go into a pitch and start accusing the retailer of what they're not doing and bullying them. I mean, I thought you were aggressive, and certainly you didn't endear yourself to Clinton's.
Okay, well, you pitched to Clinton's cards, didn't you? So how did you prepare?
I sort of stood in front of the mirror and bored my daughter endlessly to the point where she was like, Mum, not